What's up, everybody? I'm Will Marsh.
I'm Aaron Alexander.
You with us, Luke?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I must have broke up. My bad.
You're good. Welcome to The Way We See It with Will, Aaron, and Luke. Today is, I don't even know what today's date is. Today is Wednesday,
24th.
the 24th of March. I am Will, this is Aaron, and we have Luke with us. As you can see, he is joining us by FaceTime tonight since he is contagious, and we don't want to get sick. But since he's a good sport and a team player, Luke is here with us. Hang on, the tripod's falling over. You're leaning, Luke. We're getting you back. While Aaron gets you back, anyway, I'll open this up. So, if you guys are just now getting on this podcast, or if it's your first time, this is this crazy thing we put together. We're a band of misfits that, to an extent, we all have a lot of similarities, but we're also all different in a lot of ways, which is what we think add value. And we do this show, and basically it's our goal to bring interesting topics and interesting ideas and interesting people to light and talk about them and just see where it goes. So tonight I think we have a pretty cool show for everybody. And I'm going to let Aaron take this away. So, thank you.
Like you said, lineup's going to be great. First, Luke, why aren't you with us?
Yeah, can we figure out why you're on the telephone right now?
I talked to you earlier. I thought we were good.
I thought I was good too, and then next thing I know, I'm back in the bathroom. Oh, dude, it's so bad. I can't keep anything down.
Oh man. Well, Luke's a soldier,
Yeah.
So I appreciate you pushing through and being with us.
Sorry to hear that, Luke. Can you clarify for the world, is it the COVID?
No, it's not COVID. Now that I got COVID tested, it was not COVID.
Okay, good.
It's like a stomach bug or something.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, we hope you feel better, and I'm sure the fans all feel the same, so.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Alright, so Luke, I was talking to you. You were telling me about some birthdays. You know what birthday is going on right now?
No, who's?
No? You don't know. Oh man, I gotta pull out the calendar. Will, do you know about some birthdays going on right now?
I've heard. So, as I think when we started this off, today was what, the 22nd, 24th, 23rd, 24th of March. Okay. Well, I know there's like thousands of famous people by this point, and there's like 365 days in a year, so it's got to at least be a couple people I've heard of. I'm hoping. What you having? Who do you have for us, or whose birthday's today?
I think. What's the dead guy? WWE. The Undertaker. The Undertaker.
I was going to say Stone Cold. Oh yeah, or it was WWF back in the day. But yeah, for those of you wrestling fans out there, it looks like the Undertaker. If you're a wrestling fan, he was born today. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. On our list here, we also have Jessica Chastain, who's an American actress. I'm not familiar with her content, but if y'all are, please message us or comment and let us know. And then for you sports fans out there, it looks like Peyton Manning's birthday was also today.
Third best quarterback ever.
Third?
Third. He has so many records, but I personally, after this past year, Tom Brady is number one. I'm not going to argue with it. I thought it was all Belichick. Apparently, Tom Brady has some balls of steel. So, you got Tom Brady as the GOAT.
I mean, it's a fair argument. How can you argue against Tom Brady?
Then, personally, I give him a pass for all the woke stuff this past year. Drew Brees is my number two. And then Peyton Manning.
Drew Brees is a good guy. I mean, he's an all around good guy, good American, good football player. You can't not like Drew Brees. That's hard to argue with. But okay.
All American team, man.
All right. The play will stand on the field. Yeah. So Peyton Manning. Who else we got today?
If you like underwear, you got Tommy Hilfiger.
Wow. Okay.
Hilfiger.
He's got to be getting old by now. That brand, and he's been a designer for a while, hasn't he?
It's been a minute. It's been a long time. I think Tommy's were pretty famous, even like in the old movies I would see from like the 80s.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's been forever. And then I think the last person we have on the list, for those of you international people or stock market whizzes, The head of the World Energy Organization, as well as a top Iranian diplomat, Al Shakar. I'm going to butcher this. It's Arabic is not my first language.
Al-Kabar.
Sahala? We're going to go with that. Google it. Again, let us know if it's wrong. Well, thank you for that, Aaron. Yeah. So it's been a wild week, too, in the news. It's not just birthdays that we've had. It's been an ever-changing political landscape climate, as we've seen. And I think there's also been some unfortunate stuff in the Midwest this past week as well.
Yeah. We're just finding out as of yesterday, there was a shooting that happened out in Colorado. Of course, our hearts go out for everybody who was lost in that, everyone who was affected by it. I mean, there are even people in the grocery store who may not have been shot, but I can only imagine what it's like to see people mowed down like that, which is always something that you don't want to see. And the suspect, originally they were saying that it was a white guy. I saw it all over Twitter.
Did they?
Yeah. Oh, immediately. When you look at him,
did you see this, Luke? The Chicago shooting, or I'm sorry, not Chicago. The Colorado. What's that?
I've only read about it. I haven't watched any videos.
Okay.
Well, I hate when they put the videos out though. It's so like counterproductive to me.
Or yeah, if they do it like prematurely,
Yeah, it's just prematurely is always an issue. But when they put the videos out of people being mowed down, it's like we have it in our movies, we got it in our video games. I love Grand Theft Auto, super fun game. But it's just like when you think about seeing actual people just being shot, and then looking at the landscape of all the kids right now who have grown up seeing that. I've been seeing it since at least with Trayvon Martin. When I was in I think I was like my
That's been a minute back now. Luke,
Yeah.
how old were you when the Trayvon Martin thing was around?
I want to say like 16, 17.
Him and the George Zimmerman case.
Yeah, I was like my sophomore, junior year of high school, and we're watching people die. I personally feel like that really does a number on kids. To see someone die, that's something that was at one point only reserved for war, and now it's every day.
Back in the day, the dark web.
If you can get on the dark web, then you should be making hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. I could never find a key for that.
I never found my way on it either. That's a good point, Luke.
Want to.
But no, it's interesting. What'd you say, Luke?
I turned out fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's a little graphic, but the world is a very graphic place regardless. I feel like they should put it out there personally.
No, I understand. I mean, there can be good. There's two sides to everything. I mean, obviously, there's not anything good that's come by mass destruction and people dying at this. Those of you who are watching the video version of this, you can see in the background behind me there are several certificates and posters that are all U.S. Army related. Aaron just made the comment a moment ago when he and Luke were talking about it. That if you see something, he compared it to seeing the Trayvon Martin thing when he was younger and people being killed. And so that affects you how you grow up. When I was a child, I remember 9/11 and watching, that and all the videos over and over again. And then, the heroic videos of people going to Iraq and being glued to the news as a child. And, the newscasters would broadcast all the dead bodies that, the soldiers had killed that day in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's like they were proud trophies. And America rallied behind it for a few years. Back when Bush 43 was still president, we were a different country. Like that still was in modern times. Like the KKK still existed then, and it was a very different America. And as a result of that, I ended up following it and joining the Army, which is as a result why there's posters in the background now. You raise a perfect point, Aaron. That things that you see as a child and that you get glued to, certainly you become a product of your environment, or at least of your surroundings and what you put in, and that certainly affects people. I think all these shootings that we have now in our culture, it's going to be interesting to see the effects over 20 years of that generation.
Yeah, kids are damaged in a way that I could never imagine. I don't even watch horror movies anymore.
What I'm thinking about is how Joe Biden now wants to take away all the assault rifles and all the guns.
Does he want to take the assault rifles, or does he want to take assault weapons? Because that's the word I hear all the time, and I'm still waiting on a definition for an assault weapon. I'm pretty sure if I take a spoon and shove it down your throat, that's an assault weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, but he's talking about rifles, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Luke, don't forget, America, freaked out about that for 8 straight years when he was VP. And, to be honest, they've said, Obama and Biden were the 2 best salesmen and fundraisers the NRA ever had because they preached and preached and preached on it, on gun legislation, but neither of them ever did a damn thing to actually enact it. So, people were scared about Obama's presidency. The NRA raised a lot of money. There were some but to be honest, if you look back, they didn't do anything to,
keep it that way.
Yeah. So I mean, respect from my man Barack on that. I don't know what kind of pressures the Biden-Harris, or I should say the Harris-Biden administration is under. But I mean, what do you think about that, Aaron? Still on the subject of the Colorado massacre, we'll call it.
Man, I'm really torn up about it, honestly. Of course, you and Luke are our co-hosts here. I'm the lone black guy right now. Actually,
that's not the case. If y'all are listening right now, go to our Facebook page. I'm showing Aaron for the first time live on this right now the name of our new Facebook page. Will you read that new name for me, Aaron?
The Way We See It with Will, Luke, and Aaron. I'm in there.
Aaron, it was just a typo delay. Aaron has always been a cast member on this show. We just have a separate segment that we either call Aaron's Hour or Aaron After Dark. I'm not sure yet, but
they're pretty funny.
They're pretty funny.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll do one this weekend, and y'all have to check it out.
Ooh, this one this weekend will be interesting. Y'all wait for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting back to it, I think about it, and we see all the time whenever there's a shooting. The first thing that I ever see in the headlines is white male shooter kills number of people, mass shooter, white, and it's always just plastered right there, whether it's true or not, like in this situation. But whenever it's anyone of any other race, you don't hear anything about it. You just hear man killed in shopping market, or drive-by shooting kills 5, and you don't get any indication of what their race is, what their ethnicity is, where they're from. You just know what city it happened in. And I'm really starting to get tired of it because, I mean, as a black person, I think it's important that we are looking at who is doing things, sure. But if we're not going to acknowledge all of the other mass shootings defined, by our government and by countless other organizations, is when 3 people are shot and killed in an incident. So 3 or more people will make it a mass shooting. And we just
3 is like the media or the law enforcement classification.
Yeah.
3 in a row, you're a serial killer.
What?
Yeah. That's when it becomes a mass shooting. And I mean, I'm not really here for the semantic games of like what mass is and isn't, because of course, any loss of life is going to be horrible.
Sure.
But when we're looking at, what happens in Chicago, inner city, every year, last year there was 4,100 homicides by gun in Chicago, 4,100. Then you look at Baltimore, you look at Detroit, Michigan, there was 14,000 deadly assaults in Detroit, Michigan last year. Just Oakland, New York City, Atlanta, I mean, even in Durham, last year.
Those are like similar to COVID numbers.
Exactly.
I mean, that's wild.
And if we're not going to acknowledge those as being a mass murder or a killing spree, then why are we taking so much emphasis on specifically talking about white people? I feel like it's not fair. I feel like it's a double standard. And ultimately, I feel like it's divisive. If every single time that something happened, especially in times, I gotta repeat it, like right now, when the person wasn't even white, it was an Islamic person who was doing this, but they're calling it white supremacy. It's just like, how long do you have to hear that before people start to snap, before people start to feel attacked? You know, I, as an individual, and many others that I know, want to see unity happening in the country. I'm not really sure how you get that when you demonize a specific group of people all the time. I didn't live through Jim Crow. I didn't live through slavery. But it's starting to look a lot like that in what they will call the reverse now. And
that's one thing I've wondered about. Because, like, so part of me gets it. I'm not a African American or black or whatever the term is that they deem politically correct these days.
Black. I've never been to Africa.
Okay, see, that's what I always thought. It's like, I remember, like, as a young child in the 90s, like, the thing was black, and then we all started getting politically correct after Y2K, and it was like, you know, you say African American. And, yeah, and some people, like, you know, I've never been African, and so, like, it's weird, but anyway, I don't even, that got me off on a tangent. I don't even remember where I was going with that thought. We were talking about, the shooting, and...
Yeah, just how divisive it is to always throw out the white race card.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. And so, like, I've wondered about that because, so, again, I haven't grown up in that. So part of me understands, like, the need for some relief and to just get away from that suppression that has been rightly going on and still exists in large parts of America and the world for not just blacks, but all kinds of people. I mean, think about what it's been like for the Jews, and most of them are white. Like,
yeah.
You know, and so, but to some extent, like, I understand, like, feeling the need to, like, rise up and, like, you know, get your power and, you know, show that you are a force, but to some extent, it kind of feels like it, you know, it is racial, but not just racial. Like, I don't even care about that. It's the divisive part, which is the word that you used, Aaron.
Yeah.
Because if we're all going to be Americans, or even if you don't care about country, screw. I mean, even just from a humanitarian perspective, from a Darwinism or from a theory of evolution, if we're all organisms or beings that have to share the same amount of geography or real estate, then it would behoove us to, you know, not create more opposites that, you know, implode or don't attract or whatever.
Right. I mean,
War.
like right now, we're sitting here together. How long does this last if we're constantly going down this race rabbit hole? Race exists, it's a real thing, and we all acknowledge it, but I don't feel like it should be the forefront of every political discussion, especially when there's actual lives at stake and lives on the line. These people just died, and most of the people who died in Colorado were white people who were killed, and we're not even talking about the victims. Even now, we're even guilty of it. We're talking about the shooter in a situation where families just lost people. You know, like, how long does this go before it really creates a divide?
I think the divide's already there. The scary question is what do we do about it, or how worse does it have to get till something changes, or what does this look like for people the next 20 years as America moves on the track it's on?
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't know the answer to that. These are just theoretical questions I'm tossing around.
It's definitely a tough question for me to even propose, but it's a tough question to answer. It's extremely hard. Like, I was lucky enough to grow up in Minnesota for a while before I ended up down here. And, you know, part of the benefit of that was being able to... I didn't know other black people existed. No lie.
Really?
Yeah, I thought my family was the only black family in the entire world. That's where everything started and ended for me. And so part of the benefit of that for me was that I got to experience, you know, just being around other people. I knew Asian people, and most of my friends were white, but it didn't mean anything to me. We were all just friends. I looked at them like family. We went to church together, and that's just what it was. It wasn't until I got down here to the South when I started realizing, oh, you know, black, white is a thing, when I was around like a whole bunch of black people. And, you know, I feel like we could be so much farther from that. You know, so much farther. We're doing so well. And to always be caught up on the race thing, always be caught up on the religion thing, it's just, it weighs on people, man. It weighs on me, at least. I gotta at least say that.
Yeah. I mean... It's always something, though. I mean, you said a moment ago, you know, the race thing, the religion thing, the political thing, like, I mean, you know, part of me blames free press and speech for this because anybody can say and publish anything, and I mean, idiots are stupid, and that's just the case. I mean, that sounds mean, but I'm not saying anything that had never been said before. Okay, but like, I mean, even like our founding fathers. Now, mind you, these just aren't just smart men who were presidents and who founded a country. These are people who defied the biggest world power ever in existence on the globe. You know, it was King George, the fourth, the fifth at the time. But anyway, it was the throne that they were going against, and there were a bunch of just country boys on the Eastern Seaboard the ragtag that took on the crown. And to be honest, in that, when they huddled together and fought and took over that, they didn't care what your race was. And to be honest, I was on the subject of idiots, though, not of race in that. But our founding fathers in America, even though as smart as they were to do everything that they did, even though they gave us freedom of speech and free press, which people in like North Korea, China, Russia, places like that do not have the luxury of, but they also knew that we weren't smart enough to know what was best for us overall, which is why they gave us what we call now the Electoral College. Right. People think they can go vote and that their vote matters, but it does in municipal elections, but if you think it does on a federal level, or at least in the presidential race, I'm sorry to pop your bubble now, but no, the popular vote doesn't actually make people win elections. Hillary Clinton actually won the election, per se, in 2016, but Donald Trump won the Electoral College vote for the same reason that our founding fathers set the Electoral College up, is because they said, hey, if the country ever votes like a bunch of idiots one day and can't make the decision that's best for them, the leaders who are already elected and are serving properly in that higher power need to be able to override that decision. So when the popular vote went for Hillary in 2016, thank God people like George Washington were around to foresee that hundreds of years in advance and give us that. But no, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. I know you.
No, I actually really like that tangent. You know, because when it comes to the Electoral College, especially, you've been here. You're in America. The last 4, 6, 8 years, we've heard multiple times people talking about, let's get rid of the Electoral College, make it a popular vote. And there's so many flaws with that. There's so many. Like you said, we don't want to just end up voting in an idiot, but, you know, in times like when I was in Minnesota or like these Midwest, the flyover states, as they call them, they don't get the same representation as New York and California. You know, there's...
No, because different states have different amounts of electoral votes.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's a way to balance it out. And it's just ingenious for them to have so much foresight. You know, there's no way that people in New York are going to understand what it's like to live in Colorado. And at the same time, there's no way that people in Colorado are just going to overwhelm the amount of people that would get them as many electoral votes as in New York, Chicago, and LA. You know, just going county specific. Those 3 counties could run our entire country if we didn't have the Electoral College. So, you know, it's just thinking about that. I mean, how smart were these men, and how we just stand on. And
I can't believe that they already knew it was gonna happen.
Right, like we're standing on the shoulders of giants, and there's a lot of us who don't even care to respect that, don't care to recognize it. It's crazy.
Very, very well put, Aaron. I couldn't have said that better myself. But what do you think, Luke? You've been mighty quiet over there.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Like, yeah, I agree.
Man, Luke, we need you to agree with some medicine.
How you feeling over there, Luke? You sick, or you sober, or?
Like, smoke a little bit to make my stomach feel better. So, but other than that, yeah.
Well, that's good. All right, wait. Are you out with your birds right now? All right. So if y'all don't follow the Little Egg Hatchery, y'all go on YouTube, search for the Little Egg Hatchery. It's a playlist on the Will's World podcast channel, or go on Facebook, search for the Little Egg Hatchery. Hang on, Luke. We're gonna show this. Y'all look at, if y'all are on the camera view of this podcast episode, I'm showing the video of this right now, a close up. These are some of the chicks.
They look adorable. So.
Y'all can see the chicks here. How many
Make sure
birds
you
y'all
get
got?
in the other camera angle too.
Probably around 120 right now, maybe 130.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, show it and pan back real quick. We're showing another camera here.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Hey Luke,
Yo.
how long? And I gotta preface this. They are so adorable. If you couldn't get a clear view, you're gonna have to go check out more of our videos so that way you can see what those chicks look like. But Luke, how long before those chicks are ready to become nuggets?
They're never gonna become nuggets.
Damn it.
They're gonna be beautiful.
Hey, how long till they're crapping all over your driveway?
Screw that. It's probably not too long.
Yeah.
In about like 2 months. 3 months, I'll bring them out. They gotta be fully feathered before they can come out.
Yeah, I understand. Well, if y'all are listening to this right now, y'all probably follow us on social media to an extent, either Luke or Aaron or myself. And one of the things we've been working on that we've been sharing on social media is the Little Egg Hatcheries video project. So I'm not sure if y'all have seen Karen Smith or Karen's videos yet, but we have a whole channel or it's a sub-channel. It's a playlist on this YouTube channel called the Little Egg Hatchery. It's the birds that we just showed you. And that you're hearing chirp in the background.
I have a ton of different exotic breeds too in the back.
Wow. What all kind of birds do you have? I mean, since we're talking about it. And showing them.
Frizzles, Polish, Oras, quite a bit, man. Buck Orpingtons, Sapphire Gems, Black Puffer Marans, Cuckoos, quite a bit, man. It's just about everything. I try to get one of everything if I can.
That's a lot. Is that just the chickens, not even the ducks, too?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about ducks. I got like 2 Scobies, one that just hatched the other day. Then I have, so that means I have 3 now. So, and then I have one with a mohawk. I can't remember what kind that is. And then I have a pekin. A white Drake.
Your duck has a mohawk?
Yeah, dude, it's great. He looks dope. He looks so cool.
Oh man, I might not have the best
That's
hair on the
neat.
show anymore. God.
Hey, Luke, have somebody text in your household. Have somebody send me a picture of the birds. We'll put it up on the Facebook page right now.
Which one? If you go to the hatchery, all of them are on there, I believe.
Oh, that's such a good call to action. Perfect. So, you heard it from Luke right here. Go to Little Egg Hatchery on
Facebook.
Yeah, Little Egg Hatchery on Facebook. Luke, as a representative from the Little Egg Hatchery, when can we expect another YouTube video or instructional video on the birds from the farm?
I'm spinning one out in about 2 days. I might get to work on one tomorrow and get something.
Okay, it's been a few days, so
I've
we would be
actually
excited.
been watching, so because I really want to learn how to do my own farming. I can't come over tomorrow. You know that. But I was watching the with the flashlight, the lighting of the eggs. It was so the candling. That's
Candling.
what it's
I
called.
have so
It
many
was so
right
cool.
now. If you look at them, you'll be able to see the whole chicken in there almost. It's so weird, dude. It's like a little baby. It's crazy. You'll love it.
Man, I love it now. It's so cool, bro. The circle of life.
Yeah, right.
That's neat. All right, well, hey, Luke, we've officially talked about the hatchery and your mom on this podcast, so make sure she listens and checks it out, downloads and streams. We love you, Karen.
So there's one thing that I've been dying to talk about. I want to find out more. I'm so excited about it. So there's this thing. It is called Buzz. It's a new stock thing. I'm not super well versed on stock. I get in on Robinhood every once in a while, especially since everything on Reddit, you know I love my stonks. And of course this isn't a call to action. This isn't stock advice. You shouldn't go buy anything just because we're talking about it. But it is so interesting. I definitely wanted to dive into it just a little bit. Will, about Buzz. Kind of fill us in. What's going on?
Yeah, so I want to again reiterate what the disclaimer Aaron just gave. These are ideas that we are talking about. We said at the beginning of this, we find interesting ideas and people and concepts and businesses, and we want to bring them to light. So this is one. This stock has only been out for a few weeks. So there's not enough history on it to tell you, hey, is this a good investment? Is it a bad investment? What we do know though is the stock symbol is Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, which is short for the Van Eck Vectors Social Settlement ETF. And again, that's Van Eck Vectors Social Settlement ETF. But again, if you just look up Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, you'll find it. What makes this interesting is the concept of what it is. It's not a company; it's an ETF. It's a fund that has a bunch of different moving parts and monies that go in and out for different trades and things about it. Just Google it. I'm not the one to explain it to you. But long story short, there is this tech executive that has this internet company out in the Silicon Valley. He's young. I believe he's in his 20s. I need to Google his name. Again, I'm not the expert to tell you about this. But this concept that he created, he built a bot. It's like an automatic computer thing that will do things for you if y'all know what a bot is. And what it does is it tracks the Reddit people. If you're familiar with the GameStop shorts or the online message boards of people lately who've been taking Robinhood, as Aaron mentioned a moment ago, or some of these other places on the market by storm, by people talking and making designed and planned mass purchases and sales. So this bot tracks all of the message boards throughout the internet, and it learns what people are going to do and when they're going to do it, and then it automatically buys and sells shares based on what those people are going to do with those companies.
There's a trend on Reddit, people who buy it.
Yeah, Luke. So actually, you should be talking about this. I got this from your friend that we met after we went out and did our Colorado episode on the casinos. So yeah, can you remember this?
Yeah, I do. So like, you just send them money and they invest based off the algorithms and what the people are mostly talking about on Reddit and other sites like that.
That's correct. Yeah. So again, yeah. Thank you for simplifying that because I would have ranted on. Yeah. So I guess he's an investor, right? And you can like give him money and he invests, but also you can just buy. Sorry if you hear a grunt in the background. My 120-pound German Shepherd is moaning at me.
He's a cool bear, man.
Yeah, he can be. Not all the time, but yeah. So anyway, with this concept, so you can I think give money as an investor, or if you don't have millions to give to a Silicon Valley investor, you can purchase it on the stock exchange. Do we know what the current price of Buzz is?
We can definitely find out right now.
Look
I think
at
it's
it.
$5. I think it's a $5 buy-in.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'm gonna confirm that real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and download it and buy some, I guess.
All right. What I have, this is as of market close. No, I'm sorry. This is not market close. This is as of after hours trading, which ends at 8 p.m. Eastern Date Time on the 24th of March. But Buzz is trading at $23.49 US dollars per share.
Now, I'm no stock executive, no stock guru, but the way that it sounds, it's so cool to me to have a bot. I mean, just think, when you work with AI, I don't know if you guys have ever worked with AI. I did this summer internship thing at North Carolina Central University when I was a sophomore in high school. Mm-hmm. It was so cool. Made robots. We worked with bioengineering and stuff. So we did all this science stuff, and one of the things with working with AI, and the way that it works basically is that you teach it, and then by what you continue to do after you've given it its original algorithm, it learns what is effective and then what isn't. So if it likes something and gets a good amount of generation after that, it will continue in that direction. And if it gets bad, it recalculates, goes back to what was most effective, and then from there it goes to try and make it more effective.
So you're telling me a bot can, by that concept, they could learn much more quickly and effectively than a human, and with less error.
Very, very much so.
I'm thinking of training children. I'm like, children don't learn that easy.
I mean, you could trick it, of course. if something like what happened with GameStop was to happen, of course that's not the rule. of the game right now. It very well could be. Who knows? But I hope. But if it's not the rule, then it could turn out badly until it figures out what that actual rule is. But like you just said, I mean, incrementally, it can gain so much back to back to back good information, and with the right tweaks to it, that's something that sounds like it could be immensely useful. We might be looking at possibly, disclaimer, not telling anyone to buy anything, but we could be looking at the possibility of like a Bitcoin type boost in a couple of years if they get that all together. I mean, it sounds like it automates. It takes all of the learning out of stock exchange, buying and selling, like how Robinhood was supposed to, for the everyday person. It sounds amazing.
It does. That concept would be huge. And what he's talking about with Bitcoin, if y'all don't know about Bitcoin, it's trading at about $57,000 a share right now. It fluctuated today in today's market between around upper 56, 57 grand. There are a lot of people who got in at $500 a share.
Man, there's a lot of people with Bitcoin who were really on it and got in well. I remember when Bitcoin first came out.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was like 15 cents when I first heard about it.
Dang, I remember it was like that. I don't remember 15 cents, but
I was in high school.
Even if you bought it at 500 and it's 57,000,
right?
I mean, it would
That's
be
amazing come on.
It's like 114 times your month. No, it's more than that. I don't know.
50.
I'm not the math guy. Again, we're not financial people, so don't buy solely off our advice. We are not telling you to do that. We just think it's an interesting concept because Luke's friend here brought it to us. Luke,
50,000 is
what was his name? We need to credit this. We have to cite our sources. That's part of journalism. Yeah, Griffin.
Andy Griffin? Like, Andy Griffin?
Just Griffin.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Andy Griffin. I was like, there's no way you know the Andy Griffin.
We won't say Griffin's name on air since we don't have his permission, but this was from Griffin. As credible as that is. So, but again, don't take our word for it. Look it up. But the one thing I am licensed to talk about financially are fixed investment products, life insurance and health insurance. So those of you who do have insurance or retirement products out there, give me a call, give me a ring, give us a shout. I'd love to talk to you about them or answer any questions or see where I can help. Again, if you have healthcare insurance, it's probably too expensive. If you think you're paying too much for health insurance, Aaron is, give me a call. We'll see what we can see if there's anything that would be applicable for your situation, which is all I do. So I'm not in the health or life insurance business. That's not what I go after. But if people have questions, I always love to help. But anyway, this has been fun tonight so far.
This really has been. I love every episode we do. It's been really fun. This is exceptional.
Luke, are you back with the birds? We're hearing them chirping again.
Yeah.
Let's see them again. Y'all are seeing this. We're showing you the birds on video right now.
There's nothing like seeing baby chicks in person.
And we'll show you
They're
over here.
So adorable.
Again, this is a little egg hatchery. How many weeks until these will be able to go to new homes, Luke?
They can go to homes right now.
Well, I mean, I guess. But essentially somebody would need special supplies for chicks, like heat lamps and systems like that. I guess at what age are they able to go out on their own and?
Like 3 years.
What's the term I'm looking for?
Probably like another month until that.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Are they going to be nuggets like Aaron House, or do they have a different purpose?
Oh no, these are beautiful. These are like really pretty birds.
Luke, which ones can I eat? I spend too much time at Bojangles. I want some homegrown chicken.
Do you want like really, really good chicken?
If you're making it.
No, I'm not gonna cook it for you, but it says silky chicken's like the most exotic breed from like Japan or something, or Chinese, and they're just expensive birds. I'll show you one.
Is it like the Wagyu meat?
It's got
Oh. You
It's
ever had a Wagyu burger, man?
No, wait, what is that?
It's black. The chicken's black, and all the meat's black.
Like the meat itself is black?
Wait, what? So it looks like beef? Like when you cook it?
I mean, not like
So you don't have to burn it. It doesn't have to be charred. It's just black.
Yeah, it's already gonna be black.
That sounds sketchy, man.
No, it's right here. Look it up.
I don't know, but Luke, you're pulling my leg.
Black. Wait, what is
Look
this
it up,
breed?
dude, I swear.
Black chickens.
Huh?
All right.
Their skin is black. Their feathers can be any color. It's only chickens with 5.
No, you just said their meat was black. That's what
Yeah,
we.
it's black too.
All right. Okay.
I need to see it.
We're gonna look this up. All right. So I'll make this wager. If their meat is black, I will give a donation to the charity of your choice. If their meat is not black, I get to tase you on our next episode, and that sucks for you. Aaron's looking it up.
What's the name of the chicken, man?
Aaron's looking it up right now.
What?
Silky.
Silky chicken. Alright, it's second thing on Google. Whoa!
Holy crap.
It's
Send the money.
that's
You see that?
freaking crazy.
We're gonna pull that up. Crap. Alright, I'm a man of my word. We're gonna do this on the podcast. I was really hoping I was gonna be able to tase you next episode.
I gotta see it cooked.
Alright.
Y'all really thought y'all had me, didn't you?
I thought I did.
Wow, it's black chicken.
Hey, it's supposed to be exquisite, dude.
Man, I
That
want
is
one.
wild.
I want one. How much for one, Luke? Because alright, this is gonna sound
Hey, alright, so
sketch.
I got y'all see here in the video, I've got my keys in my hand. My wallet is in the car. I'm gonna leave you guys with Aaron and Luke real quick. I'll be back in like 60 seconds. I'm gonna pay up. I made this bet. This is wild. I've never seen anything like this. If
Bro.
y'all Google silky chickens, the meat is like black as asphalt. I've never seen a bird like this. This is so wild.
That's so
I just lost a bet to a black bird.
Bro. Oh. What does it taste like? Alright, cause look, I'm not a cook, so I don't know what it's like to just cook chicken. Contrary to popular belief, I'm a black guy who doesn't know how to cook chicken. Whoop-de-doo. So, it looks charred, bro. So, is this like you said it's like a delicacy, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cook your black chicken, and then you eat it. Do your teeth turn black?
Okay, what?
Do your teeth turn black when you eat it, or your tongue?
I don't know. I've never eaten one.
What about you? So like, what if we did an experiment? Like, if I ate that chicken, would I look like Aaron?
I hope so.
That would. Oh my gosh, that would make for such good TV. All right, I'm a man of my word. Actually, I probably shouldn't pull my card and show the camera.
Yeah, don't.
Here, I'll have 6,000 unrecognized transactions when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, one of them will be for me.
We're just kidding. That podcast isn't that popular.
But
All right.
it can be.
Hang on. All right, so Luke, I'm at my computer. Where are we doing this donation? I told you I'd give to the charity of your choice.
First Foundation, or what's it called? Education First Alliance.
Did you just say what's it called?
Yeah, I don't know why I said
You're getting a pay cut, Luke.
Did we do a whole episode on this?
Yes. You work with us, Luke. You
FYI.
work with us.
Y'all know what we're talking about. Check out Will's World Season 1, Episode 2 with Aaron. It's all about Education First Alliance NC, and I think Luke goes in the pool.
Luke,
That's the episode 2.
it was a pretty cold night.
All right. What's the website? Tell us all what the website is. You couldn't even remember the name of it. You ain't gonna remember the website. Aaron, what's the website?
At first, NC.org.
I don't know. I get
That is
3
weird.
emails from y'all a day.
Yeah.
The articles are actually really good though. I know because I read them. Like they're.
yes, like and subscribe.
I don't know who picks y'all's content, but if y'all are looking for like a really good like news email blast to get on daily, Aaron will tell you about that. It's
Yeah,
I'm getting prompted for it right here, right now.
we love to have people on our mailing list because we want to make sure that everybody is, in the know of what's going on, especially with the education landscape. We got a really good team of writers. I write sometimes. I have an article that's on there. Sloan and our whole, really everybody who is on there, with the exception of me. It's a new thing for me. I love writing, and so I had to make sure that, along with doing my speeches, doing this, that I throw my hat in the ring for those of you guys who like to read. But, we have people who write for The Federalist, who write for The Daily Wire, if you like Ben Shapiro, or Michael Knowles. I don't know which side of how you fall on.
Those are big names.
Yeah. They're writing for big name people, So we have good content, we have clean content, we have informational content. And that's really all that we're going for. We want to make sure that everybody is in the know. And what better time than now to get in the know? In the know.
That's a segment name. That's a good. So, when we have news articles and stuff, we want a dip. I don't know what everybody thinks.
In the know.
In the know. And we have this jingle, In the know, and it plays a song. Luke, where'd you go?
Luke is not in the know.
Oh, sorry. No, you're good. Hey, it was a big white thing that was up on my phone. It told me battery's low, but it's okay. I got a charger.
Milk.
I came prepared for this.
Luke, what?
Luke, you're not gonna die on us. I got you.
What
Hang on, I'm plugging your lifeline in here.
Are you mental? Who drinks strawberry? Do you drink chocolate milk too, at least?
Yeah, you're having stomach and bowel sickness, and you're pumping lactose into your system.
Thank you.
I think that's where he was going with it.
Well, one, yes, but strawberry milk is just gross. Yeah. Hate me if you want. I'll take it. Chocolate milk is the master milk. And then, of course, we have regular milk. Or, you know what? Skim milk. Skim milk. The almond milk. Is that different than skim milk?
I
think it is.
Because skim milk is stuff from a cow, right?
Yeah. Almond milk is pretty sweet. If you're, eating Lucky Charms. I'm a weirdo. Yo, okay, and he did it.
I did it. I'll put it on the Facebook and ask everybody to do the same. And Luke, I'm sending you a picture of it right now. But Aaron just confirmed from the organization, not from the podcast.
Yes, I am a double agent. For my Harry Potter fans, call me Snape.
Hey Luke, I don't want to say your number out loud on this, but what was the last four of your cell number again?
297.
What's that?
0297.
0297.
Yep.
Alright.
Luke's in North Carolina. There's only so many area codes. Try it out. If you can find Luke's number and give him a call, I'll send you $100.
Yeah, we're going to start playing this game. He'll give you $100. I'll give you $100 charity of your choice. Y'all figure out Luke's phone number. He prefers calls between 12 p.m. and 5 a.m.
Yes. All day. Run it. I love it.
There was this episode of Tosh.0 one time. If y'all know who Daniel Tosh is, he's a comedian. But he made this joke episode, because people that have shows, you think the big head, they kind of are of the show, but they still work for a network, and there's a chain of executives in the network, and Daniel Tosh had had been given this hard time by the vice president of the studios. And he did this whole bit on it, and he was so basically, this guy's whole fucking we'll bleep that out. This guy's, if y'all ever watched, if you've ever watched Tosh.0, you know where that rhetoric comes from. But, I'm quoting Daniel. Anyway, he was so basically, if this guy dies, his whole purpose in life is so if the main president at the label gets shot, then he becomes president. Making fun of Off America. And then he was but I'm going to give you his number. And then he gives out the guy's cell number on Tosh.0. And then it was funny because then the next episode they came back and he had to formally apologize on air because the guy had 62 some odd thousand voicemails from Tosh.0 listeners. But Tosh did a spin on it because he was so impressed that he could say a number and he has 62,000 people watching to do nothing but sit around and call it. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool.
We need 62,000 people to just...
Yeah, that's what I need. Look, I need to be able to give your number and you get 62,000 voicemails the next day.
I bet you after the first 4, Luke's mailbox will be like, this mailbox is full.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It may not even take 4.
Accurate.
So, all right.
We love picking fun at you, man.
Huh?
So we love picking fun at you.
What?
Bye, Luke.
Bye. Yeah. All right. So thank you. That's about all we had for today. We love doing this.
So much fun.
It's fun. We don't get paid for it. We do it because we want to connect, and we enjoy hearing from you guys. It's funny when people, at this point, at least once a day, you know, I'm dealing with, you know, negative emails, negative social media posts. It's funny. People will comment on our YouTube stuff and our other social media stuff and, like, put hate. But, like, here's the funny thing about this, haters. You don't understand how social media analytics work. Any interactions you have with our content boosts us in their terms. So please, all the hate, comment, like, share away, and tell the world how much you hate us. We'll take it. All publicity is good publicity. But for those of you who are with us, we love you guys. Aaron, we love that you're doing this show with us. I mean, this is fun. So tell us what you think. Tell Aaron what you think. If y'all are with Luke through Luke with us, tell him what you think. We want to hear from you. So, Luke, how do people reach you on social media?
They can look on Facebook, Luke Smith.
Gotcha.
If you want to reach me, it's Aaron Alexander on Facebook, at Aaron is online on Twitter, and at Aaron Alexander on Instagram, and that at is AT, not the @ sign.
It is. I can vouch for him. So thank you guys. Again, y'all have heard it from both of them there. Follow us on YouTube too at Will's World podcast and audio. Thank you. It's Will's World one available. I guess there's already one of those. Or follow any of us on Facebook. Thank you. And we're going to do another one of these this weekend. So thank y'all for subscribing and check us out. Y'all have a good one. We love you.
Catch you next time.